You know I'm right. No, it's not.
That's not going to earn you. That sort of talk isn't going to earn you credentials, just letting you know.
It's not about credentials. It's the sheer fact that they've been in LA for how long and have not managed to make the Chargers sexy at all.
I mean, you're not wrong about that.
Those are facts, bro.
You're not wrong about that.
People are more excited about USC football and firing Clay Helton than they are the Chargers. Tell me I'm lying.
Debatable, but I don't know. USC's kind of a shit show too right now.
But it's still more entertaining than they still sell out more than the Chargers do. Chargers couldn't sell out Cal State Dominguez Hill Stadium.
Speaking of shit shows,
we gotta be honest, bro.
Speaking of shit shows, it came out this week. The NFL draft is going to do a full remote experience, I guess you could say. You know, teams are not going to be able to coordinate and meet in draft rounds. In war rooms, as you know, before everybody's going to be working from their living room. We playing through a berry storm over there, man.
I'm laughing at the thought you said that. Like, they're gonna do the draft in their living rooms.
No, but I'm just laughing because I imagine the draft being like this. Like talking to you right now and hearing your mom in the background. Like, can you just imagine like GMs talking to each other and just all sort of random ambient noise in the back? Like,
they're like, "Oh, hand me the sugar." Like, what? What are you? My mom's making dinner. I don't know what round I'm going to be drafted.
Like, just imagine like Pete Carroll just yelling at his dog or his kids or something like randomly, like, and the scouts are like, "Damn, like we didn't even know you had that side."
And I had my headphones in, so it's like you already know it's going to be a situation like that at a bunch of other places.
But yeah, man. So the draft's going to be fully remote. I think it's crazy because it's like, you know, we saw intros, right? Like that was a thing, and it's been a thing for a few years now. But it's going to be like Zoom backgrounds this year. Like brands are probably going to be paying draft picks hella money to rock whatever Zoom screen they have. Like,
oh man,
it's going to be ridiculous.
What's that green one?
We're going to see motherfuckers getting drafted on a beach in Bali. Because of their Zoom background.
What's the one with Todd Gurley and Saquon, that commercial? The FanDuel?
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be seeing shit like that in the background.
Yep.
If I'm like an Alabama or Clemson player, I'm just posing with the national championship ring on my finger. Looking like a villain.
I would pose with like an NFL street map in the back.
I would have like a 3-piece suit on, just chilling with the team hat on. Like, what's up?
Dog, how are they even like? Some of these offensive linemen are gonna need a widescreen camera. Like you're just gonna get their face or the top of their hat, like.
And they're gonna have they have to put a sheet up in our house to see it coming.
Yeah, and they're saying the NFL is really encouraging agents to scrub their prospects' Twitters and Instagram because they plan on making that more a part of this year's draft process. I think the idea is to make it more, I'm trying to find the right word, low production, user generated content friendly. I don't know. They're just trying to make it less of like a studio show and live event, and it seems like they're gonna make it more into like a fucking fantasy draft live with like real stakes. And they're also talking about it. They're also talking about it being kind of like a draft telethon.
Mom, I'm still on the phone.
Wow, that's really embarrassing.
Like my mom is really yelling at me.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone. It's kind of funny. She said hi.
Tell her I said hi. Tell her she's in trouble.
Pete said hi. You're in trouble because you're interrupting me while I'm on the phone. She said, "What's up, Pete?" I don't know why he's responding back. That's this moment.
Oh, well, this is officially the most awkward our podcast has been in 170 episodes.
Nah, it's definitely not, bro. Like, the beginning episodes are mad awkward. Especially that one time you farted on the air in your room, and it was like, I'm like, did they pick that sound up? And then we listened back and like, oh wow. So, like, two people just heard you just fart like on the air.
Allegedly.
But those are early. Those are allegedly. Those are simpler, no COVID times.
Yeah, man. So,
and like, I actually had a fresh cut, but.
Yeah, they're trying to make the draft into like a draft-a-thon as well. Like, they're going to be raising a lot of money for different charities throughout the event.
Jerry's kids and shit?
Yes.
Jerry's kids?
Yeah, so
it'll be interesting
what do you think about
how they broadcast that on ESPN.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's going to be on ESPN, NFL, and ABC, as usual.
So they're just going to switch to different live feeds and just have constant commercials and, like, all types of type running. That should be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think usually it's, they have different studio analysts for each one, but it's essentially, the same kind of camera on the commissioner. So I imagine it being still that. But I don't know.
What if he's just chilling out of his house in PJs or some shit?
He should probably actually do that. Like if they
take the tension out of the room.
Exactly. Like, make it, like, go all in. Like make it as normal, like, regular person. Like, hey, we're all quarantined and having to change our work day and workflow just like you guys are. Like, here I am, Roger Goodell, the dude you always see in a suit, chilling in my PJs, doing the draft from the living room. Because that would actually make him probably a little bit more likable. Just an ounce. Like, oh, he's not an android after all. He's not Android 36.
It's like a cup that says your second favorite commissioner or your third favorite commissioner.
Yes. That would actually be a dope shirt. Yeah, actually, you need some residuals on that. Yeah, actually, that's a great shirt idea. That is an awesome shirt idea. Your third favorite commissioner.
Your second to last favorite commissioner. I'm telling you. in your favorite sport. Man, all I got to do is hire me. I'm ready to go.
Man.
Reach out to the Falcons and the Carolina Panthers social media teams. Like,
and then we got to get
a petty person.
And then we got to get like a not Sports Center brand or like the Onion or something to do like your side chick's favorite commissioner type of situation.
your significant other's best friend side piece.
But yeah, man,
it would work.
But yeah, I mean, I just think it's gonna be like a really wild experience, and because nothing else is going on, like, so many of us are gonna watch it. It's either gonna be like really spectacular in terms of like it's gonna turn a lot of people into like draft nerds, or a lot of people are gonna be like, "Yo, this is fucking stupid. I'm watching a bunch of people, and it feels like a fucking fancy draft I did in my garage in 1986. Like, what are we doing?"
Yeah, but except it's on the internet, so everything's like a total shit show.
Exactly. Just do the shit on TikTok and quit playing. Like, what we make every pick a TikTok.
You know, China owns TikTok. China owns TikTok, bro.
It's kind of fake news. That's kind of fake news.
They don't own all of it. They own a huge portion of it. So it's like, okay.
No, they're owned by a Chinese company, ByteDance, which has relationships with China because, well, you have to, because they're a communist company, and you have to have you have to do everything their way, or else they just fucking ban you.
And if you're going to broadcast on different platforms, especially platforms that have ties to the NBA, and the NBA and China situation still isn't fully fleshed out, You don't think that's going to be awkward?
The NFL is already in bed with TikTok. They were like one of the first early adapters of TikTok. They've essentially
I get it.
They've leaned in and bought into that brand because I think I read somewhere that they did a study that if by I think they said by 12 or 14, if you're not a football fan, you're exponentially lower, never going to be a football fan. So that's why they pushed really hard for TikTok, just to kind of get on that platform and make sure that, they put themselves in front of those young Gen Zers while they're still young.
That's another thing. I feel like people they're still going to keep saying millennials, but it's really Gen Zers. We grew up in an era without phones, but a lot of people are so used to blaming millennials and just throwing in millennials when they really mean Gen Zers. All those memes, especially the one with Candy Burris, just looking up to the sky with their hands out. So it'll be interesting how some of the broadcasters.
Well, I mean, millennials are up to 40, almost 50 now. So millennials are getting older.
Right?
No, millennials are much older than that.
21 to 38 or some shit?
No, it's older now.
25 to 38?
No, it's younger and older. There's different stages within millennials. Millennials kind of millennials just a big ass word for a generation, but it really breaks up into more kind of lifestyles. You have millennials who have kids. You have millennials who don't have kids. You have young millennials, and then you have older millennials. So it's really kind of a broad spectrum, and it's really just kind of based off of kind of where you're at in life more so than what precise year you were born in. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Honestly, though, it is be interesting.
It's 1983 to 2000. So that means that they're 20 to what? 30, 47?
Yeah, it's about.
No, 20 to 37. I'm sorry. 20 to 37.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, 38 is...
No, I'm sorry.
38, you're 30.
22 to 40. There you go. That's the age.
Okay. See, that's around the millennial age. Yeah, see?
That's the millennial age, 22 to 40.
Because what? Before the millennials, Gen X? So it's kind of a blurry line. Once you hit 38 to 40, 38-year-olds don't really link up with 25-year-olds. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, it really kind of depends on your age situation, on your situation in life.
You can't really broad brush it, but it's interesting. I want to see how they're going to do commercials, or at least I hope they have Pat McAfee on there. They're going to have a lot of entertaining voices and people to kind of just get things over. But we'll see how that goes. That's why I think it should have been 7 days. They'd have a full plan. They wouldn't have to rush. They can make every day fun and unique.
With that, the other news this week that dropped, the All Decades team. What did you make of the 2010s All Decades team? Who did you think was there that shouldn't have been? Who do you think was snuffed?
I wouldn't say necessarily snuffed because I agree with almost pretty much every pick. Mathews definitely deserves to be on there after everything he overcame, and the fact that people forget how great he was and that he fell to the third round. McCourty, people say, got snubbed. They say a lot of Patriot players get snubbed, but it's at one time he played corner, another time he played safety. I think he's great. He would be a flex guy. He's a flex guy that I would have on defense. But Peterson, yeah, perfect. Oh, I loved all the linebacker picks. You got to put Willis on there. Kuechly. I think it was the third guy but they're really solid. So it's kind of kind of one of those situations where if somebody gets mad, it's like, well, you can't have everybody on